We are meeting again today after, I think, our Bihar press conference. And today it is for sharing the details of elections to state assembly elections to Assam, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Puducherry, Union Territory of Puducherry. My only request is that after I finish, Shefali ji will take the floor. As always, if we all kind of raise our hand, identify ourselves and ask questions one by one, we'll all be able to hear the replies and there will be no disturbance. We always got this cooperation from you and I solicit the same this time also. Normally the onset of a new year symbolizes hope, cheer and happiness. 2021 has ushered in something more valuable post-COVID, resilience, solidarity and a sense of global community. Amid the challenges of COVID, please switch off the mobile if possible. Amid the challenges of keep them on silent. Amid the challenges of COVID-19 that we still continue to face, we shall find immense comfort in the stories of hope and see value in the positive and encouraging lessons that are emerging in the post-COVID world. This period of unprecedented health crisis will also be remembered for the innumerable acts of courage, compassion, selflessness by these so-called ordinary people doing most extraordinary acts. I hope you will allow me, but our individual and collective tributes to the COVID warriors and heroes, doctors, paramedic staff, nurses, researchers, scientists, and last but not the least, from ECI point of view, all our officials on the election duty who are located in the front line right up to the polling station level and trying to kind of see the process through. With keeping all this in mind, we have kept the leitmotif and theme of National Voters Day 2021, making our voters safe, empowered, informed and vigilant. Last year, when the entire world was confronted with an unprecedented crisis in the form of COVID-19, a whole lot of election management bodies across the democracies were faced with a tough predicament of how to balance the democratic rights of citizens to choose their representatives while also preserving and protecting the health and safety of the people. Many countries hazarded to venture and took the courageous route in spite of these circumstances to venture and took courageous decision to go ahead with the elections with some adjustments in the election schedules and other precautions. In the thick of this pandemic, ECI started the kind of test trials with election to 18 seats of Rajya Sabha on June 19, 2020. Admittedly, the electoral college is very limited, but that was a kind of way of starting the process. But after that, and some legislative council elections, came the challenge of Bihar. With 7.3 crore electorate of Bihar, it was indeed a watershed moment for ECI. It proved to be a kind of litmus test. We have been going under litmus tests before, but this was quite different. And I am glad to report to you that the electorate of Bihar reposed their confidence in the extensive sanitization and health safety measures put in place at polling stations. I would be failing in my duty if I don't tell you that many of our collectors, they suffered from COVID in Bihar, rejoined their duties and saw the process through. One divisional commissioner had this problem. She was still manning 2 divisions. One IG, unfortunately, he passed away due to COVID and other comorbidities. We requested his wife and his daughter to come here for National Voters' Day Award, which was given on a virtual basis by Honorable President of India. I also have with me here Chandrabhushan Kumar, who was in charge of COVID, who is sitting on this side so you can see him. I would request the CEO of Bihar to just stand up and be counted. They are the people who really put in day in and day out to carry the entire process through. In fact, you will be glad to know, and you must be already aware, that voter turnout in assembly elections in Bihar 2020, 57.34%, exceeded both the previous assembly election of 2015 as well as Lok Sabha elections 2019. And I would like also to report to you that women voters turned out in very large numbers, 59.69%. Even while the ECI was grappling with the Bihar election, a core team of dedicated officers led by Shri Umesh Sinha was already working on these 5 elections for which we are in front of you today. Actually, they have a system of series of meetings with the officials of Home Ministry regarding the availability of forces, officials of Railway regarding the coaches which are required for transportation of the CPFs, Postal Department people and any other department whose services may be required for the smooth conduct of elections. And they start their preparation very quietly months before the actual process. It culminates in the form of a formal announcement. Even otherwise, as a part of the background, besides the background meetings, Shri Umesh Sinha, Secretary General, personally visited Tamil Nadu and Puducherry in January. Shri Dharmendra Sharma, Senior DEC, visited Assam in January and February. Shri Sudeep Jain, DEC, who besides being the DEC in charge of EVMs, is also in charge of West Bengal. He visited in January and December. Full Commission visited all the 5 poll-going states and UT of Puducherry in January and February. We started with Assam, then came to West Bengal. After an interval of about 5-6 days, we went to Tamil Nadu, Puducherry and Kerala. And our system is that we start with interactive interaction with the political parties and entities, because the firm belief of the Commission is that after a voter, it's the political parties and entities who actually form the bedrock of the entire electoral process. After that, we listen to the field officers. We also talk to the regulatory agencies of both Government of India as well as the state government. We culminate our meeting, official meetings with the meeting with the Chief Secretary, DGP, senior officers of that state, and finally we end the visit with a briefing to the media, as was done in all these 5 states. I must compliment the voters whose trust in India's democratic system, resolve to articulate their electoral choice and firm determination to participate is inspiring. They brave several odds and difficulties, personal, domestic, professional, sometimes even barriers, to come out on the election day to mark their votes at the polling station. In fact, if you recall, a whole attended the NVD this time also, as you do every year. We have prepared an entire collage around the common man of R.K. Lakshman to kind of explain and convey the ECI's ethos of how we perceive the elections. The terms of Assam is up to 31st May 2021. Number of assembly seats is 126. Please tell me if you don't catch me, I'll speak again. Term of Assam is 31st May 2021. Number of assembly seats is 126. Reserved seats SC 8, ST 16. Term of Tamil Nadu is 24th May 2021. Number of assembly seats 234. Reserved seats SC 44, ST 2. West Bengal term of assembly is up to 30th May 2021. Number of assembly seats is 294. SC seats are 68. ST seats are 16. Kerala, the term is up to 1st June. Number of assembly seats is 140. Reserved seats are 14 and for SC and 2 for ST. Puducherry, the term is up to 8 June. Number of assembly seats is 30. Reserved seats SC 5, ST nil. A total of 24 assembly constituencies shall be going for polls during these elections. 18.68 crore electors will cast vote at 2.7 lakh polling stations in these states and UT of Puducherry. More than 3 lakh service vote electors will be availing the facility of electronic transmitted postal ballot system, that is ETPBS. The special summary revision was held with respect to 1/1/21 as the qualifying date and the electoral roll published in January 2021 itself. Because we have reduced due to COVID, we used to have a polling station with maximum 1,500. Now we have made the qualifying thing to be 1,000. We have also ensured that all polling stations are on the ground floor. That is completely non-negotiable. So Assam, the polling stations in 2016 were 24,890. 2021, 33,530. Percentage increase in polling stations, 34.71. Tamil Nadu, we had 66,007 polling stations. Number of polling stations in 2021 are 88,936. Percentage increase is 34.73%. West Bengal, it was 77,413 in 16 and 1,01,916 now. The percentage increase is 31.65%. Sorry? 1,0916 and the percentage increase is 31.65%. Is it okay? Kerala, we had 21,498. Now we have 40,771. The percentage increase is 89.65 because the population is so dense. The density of population is so much. Puducherry is 930. Number of polling stations now is 1559. The increase is 67.63%. Why, my friends, I am trying to mention this is that this also means that much more polling personnel, that much more security personnel, because the norms for the polling personnel and the security personnel remain the same. And although we try that, our CEOs try that the auxiliary polling stations, as we call them, are near the original polling stations so that we can kind of optimize on the utilization of manpower. are all aware that after taking the inputs from several stakeholders, Commission had issued a set of guidelines for COVID in the context of COVID on 22nd August 2020. The inputs were taken.
Advertise with us. Make your brand a branded name. Email anvcommercial@gmail.com. Contact us 8968585839 750800132। आप देख रहे हैं ANV न्यूज, लाइव खबरों में नंबर 1। लाइव खबरों पर है हमारी पैनी नजर। अब आपको भी रखेंगे सजग।